Hey, what's up, guys? How you guys doing? This is Sammy. Before anything, I just want to share with you, and first of all, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get a lot of subscribers on my channel so it can grow, and click the like button at the same time. So let's get right down to it. So obviously you can see me, that's me with a GoPro, and I want to share an analysis of my opinion of what makes a paintballer a professional. And it's really not about the gun. So keep that in mind. It's not about the gun. A gun plays a big role. The gun is pretty good. I mean, obviously, if your gun gets jammed a lot, then what good are you, right? You want to make sure that you have yourself a good gun. I'm not good and familiar with what type of guns to get. You know, for each his own. Choose the gun that you choose. But in this scenario, I'm just going to describe to you as a paintballer what are the things that you should and shouldn't do. So let's go right to the video. I'm going to play a video that my son Brandon, this is right here. Obviously, this is Brian, is myself, and then my son. You see his footage. So here we go. We're gonna play the video. It starts right away. I'm over here setting things up.
Uh-oh. Just hold it up like that.
So let me pause it real quick. So obviously, rule number one is put yourself in a position as quickly as possible. So this is what my son's doing right now. He is positioning himself. He's done paintballing around 6 times already. He's well aware. He's picking up the pace and he's learning very quickly of what he learned on his own and some of the tips that I had taught him as well. Because in the beginning, he used to lay back a lot, but with experience, he's learned what he needs to do. So as you're preparing, getting ready to start paintballing, you want to make sure that the other team, if you can see them, that first of all they're not cheating. Number one, and then you want to make sure that you get to the spot that you want before they do, if you could see them. If you can't see them, then there is a chance that you're risking it going by yourself to a spot that you want to get before somebody else. Because on the other side, it could be somebody faster than you, and he could be running faster than you in that spot. So by the time you get to the spot that you want and you can't see them, you're going to get shot. So it's always best that if you can get someone who's as fast as you to move with you, I suggest you do that. You never go alone, because sometimes you got 3, 4 guys going to that same spot and it's just you by yourself. So tip number one, move fast. Tip number two, watch your enemy. Tip number three, try not to do it alone. And so those are 3 tips doing this part alone. So you can see my son got to the spot that he wanted. Now he's preparing to shoot. I guess he sees somebody there already. And since he's a right-handed, you can see that his left hand is on the barrel, and then the right hand he's pulling the trigger. He has a lot of ammunition, so he's good. He's got a position and he's shooting his new Tipman that he got. And he has a good position shooting. He's a right-handed guy. Now, keep in mind that the other team might know that you're there already, but keep an eye on this here, because the shadow plays a role. If somebody's here and decide to hide out and just watch and study the shadow, he doesn't need to wait for you to pop out. He could start preparing to shoot the moment he sees you opening up to that shadow, to position, getting ready to shoot. Because at this point, my son has no idea that if when he approaches the area, you're going to see what I mean. Watch. So he's going in and out, right? Which is fine. Okay, so here he ducks, which is fine. Now he's finding himself a different position. At this moment, watch what happens. My so now my son is concentrating on this guy, which honestly speaking, I probably wouldn't even bother concentrating on that guy. Don't waste your ammo on someone that's so far because and when it comes to paintballing, if this was a real shooting, real gun, then yeah, and you're in a war, then yeah, that's your target. But these are paintballs, so you're not gonna get much. And so you're wasting your ammo. You're also giving yourself away with the other people that you just finished shooting at. Okay, so let me pause it right there. Now, here's the shadow that I'm talking about. Now, that person that was over there that he was shooting at, now he can wait for that shadow. If he's smart, if he's very well aware of how he plays paintball, all he has to do is wait for that shadow to appear before even showing your face, and he could pull the trigger and get you right on your face. So here's my son getting ready to position himself to find out who's over there, how many's over there. Are they getting ready to shoot? Are they even looking? He doesn't know because he doesn't have what the advantage that the other guy over there. He has a mirror. This is a mirror right here. So you have to be very careful because they could be looking at that shadow and watching you approach and could be shooting at you and already aiming that spot. So he's sneaking in. Now, keep in mind the GoPro is higher, so his visibility right now is still 0. The GoPro is going to pick it up better than he can. So, see, he's still peeking, and lucky for him, there's nobody there. All right, now let me explain something about this angle. Now he's on the left side. My son is exposing his body more on this side. And the reason why is because he's still pulling the trigger with his right side. So let me rewind it back a little bit so you can see what I mean. So here, see right here, he's still using his left hand and he's pulling with the right trigger, but look at his body overexposed. So my advice that I tell a lot of people what they should start learning how to do is try to learn how to switch your hand from the right side where you're pulling the trigger and you're holding the gun here like that. This is my left hand. This is my right hand. So I'm on the right side. I'm pulling the trigger. And then when you go to the left side and you want to view something, switch the gun. Now, what used to be holding the gun, now it becomes my trigger and I'm holding. So I'm on the left side shooting this way because I'm a lefty anyway. So by natural, I'm a lefty, so I can pull the trigger and aim this way. I'm on the left side. But if I was to be on the right side, I'm not going to move my whole hand over to the right side. I'm going to switch my finger trigger where this is my left hand. Now I'm going to use this one as my right hand. So let me show you a bigger screen what I mean so you can see me better. Okay, so this is my lefty. So this is my left trigger, my left hand trigger, and this is my right hand. So basically I'm holding the gun with the right hand and I'm pulling the trigger with the left hand and I'm shooting because I'm on the left side. If I was to go to the right side and I'm trying to shoot somebody, I'm not going to move my gun to the right side. I'm switching it. So now I move over to the right side. This becomes my trigger and this becomes my holding. So I can aim and shoot while I can peek without exposing my whole entire body. So my son is doing exactly that. He's not doing exactly that. He's exposing his body over here because he wants to continue to pull the trigger with the right hand. And if you start training how to switch hands, depending on the left or the right, it makes it better for you. So keep that in mind when you go paintballing on April 26th. Okay, now let me rewind that a little bit. So, see, my son is busy on this side, and here's what I was talking about where if someone was a very professional, knew what he was doing on that end, he watches the shadow like this. That's one thing that makes me good. I don't need to be moving fast. I'm a big guy. I can't move fast. I'm 56 years old. But I'm going to look at your shadow, and I'm going to see, and if he knew how to handle that position well as he saw that shadow, he would have been pulling the trigger and he would have got my son. So instead, obviously, he's pulling the trigger and realizing, man, I can't get him. Or or the fact or the fact he wasn't looking at the shadow. So let me go back again so you see what I mean. See, he would have, if I was him, I would have gotten him already because I would see the shadow coming up and I already be pulling the trigger. And he would hear it, but he wouldn't see the paintballs coming because by that time it's already too late when he's exposing himself to the elements. Now, what my son did right there was another thing. By shooting that side, knowing there's a guy right there, I would just stay concentrated on that guy and not lose my sight on this guy. So now, as you can see, there was my son has somebody behind to kind of help him out a little bit so he can concentrate on this side. But once again, there goes the left hand and pulling the trigger with the right hand when you're on the left side. And I would start learning how to switch the gun. All right, so let me pause it right there. See, he's my teammate. So seeing this guy moving forward, I will help him out immediately. I would start going with him immediately. I would not hold back and let this guy be a target to somebody else on that end. Now, again, here's this guy right here. You should be helping him right away. Move forward right away. Take the chance, especially the guy to the right. You can see that he's already exposing himself.
Got you.
Okay, see, once again, this guy is sneaking up on the left side and Brandon is staying back. I think I would have moved faster and get closer to this guy that he's trying to go after right here, basically. See, I know Brandon is hitting him. I don't know if they bouncing off or he realizing it, but he's not even concentrating on that nice shot right there. I just froze the shot right there with the paintball coming out. See, and let me just go back a little bit. So here's this guy right here. He's staying back when Brandon is right here, and then there's another guy. I mean, come on, you have to learn to move up. You have to learn to move up. Okay, he's right here. Your teammate's right here. Go with him. Okay, a little closer.
Yo, what?
See right here, I would have been communicating with him. Let him know I got your back. I would have said something right there. I don't know if Brandon is about to say it. I do not know. But I would say to this teammate, he's my teammate, I would say, I got your back. I'm behind you. See, I would again, see, Brandon hasn't said anything. I would say to him, I got your back. I'm right behind you. And there's another guy over here. So this guy should be moving up and help Brandon and whoever that is. I don't know who that is.
Watch it.
So keep an eye, is whoever it is on the left, keep an eye. Communication is key. I know you're trying to be silent, but communication is key.
Watch friendly.
Okay, so let me rewind it just a little bit. All right. So obviously Brandon is the one with the camera. Here I am. I'm right here. So I came around and then whoever was on the left side, Brandon, and then Brandon has somebody behind him. So that was game one. So let me show you um, my angle now with game one. So let's go to home. You just go to my videos, view your channel, and let's go to videos. And no, Brandon, this is my view. So this was. Let's go back. Oh, I thought I had game one. Okay, so I don't have game one here. Oh, okay. So let's go to Brian's angle then. I thought I had game one. All right, so is Brian. Let's go to Brian's angle. So this is game one. All right, so this is Brian's angle from game one. Now, he wasn't ready. Obviously, he said he wasn't ready, but he's a fast guy. So for him to be in the middle of the paintball wall, I would not recommend it because he's fast. Leave the middle for the people that are more slow and go and let the guys that can go a little faster go on, to the sides. But obviously, I just think he just wasn't ready. So I noticed that there was a lot of people here, and as slow and fat as I am, I went to the left side. So so at this point, my son is already over there on that side. Let's see what Brian does. Yeah, at this point, Brian shouldn't worry about it because if he was analyzing this correctly, he would have noticed that some of his teammates were already on the right side, and I'm sure they're still in the game. Okay, so there's Brandon right here, and there's the enemy right here. Now, Brandon comes to the right side. This is interesting. He's over here on the left side. Let me see if I could just blow it up a little more. So he's over here on the left side. I'm sure that's an enemy, and here's Brandon on this side. Okay, so you see, if if Brian wasn't there shooting him, he would have came behind my son and got him. I could be wrong. I don't know.
To the left, to the right.
Okay, so he's communicating with him, and I guess he didn't hear him.
Right there.
But at this point, he's backing Brandon up because Brandon now is blindsided. But that's what I'm saying. If you already know there's somebody there, concentrate on that. And you can't see my son here, but he was already shooting at that angle. He was already going that way, shooting over there. When there's somebody already on the other side, you concentrate on that person.
He's out. Brandon, push. He's out. Push. He's out. I got him.
Okay. So let me freeze it here for a second. So Brandon moves forward to that angle. So then that was Brian that ends up going on the left side. But what I like about what Brian is doing is that he saw Brandon move forward and he's moving forward with him. And at this point, Brandon is on the right and Brian automatically should be on the left. Let me go let me go back a little bit because I noticed something. So this guy right here is obviously his teammate because he would have shot him. So he's already here. I'm over here somewhere. I don't know if that's me right here, but I'm pinned down with two guys shooting at me over here. And I don't know if I don't remember if I was by myself, but here's one guy from our teammate. Obviously, behind Brian in this video, there's Brandon and then somebody else. So you got three, you got four, and you got five so far. I don't know how many enemies are left. Oh, okay. So he came running and he told the guy to surrender. As soon as you see a teammate running like that, oh my goodness, you need to help him out quickly as possible. So here's another teammate, another guy. So we were dominating at this point. So one of your teammates just got killed, but he was aggressive. You see right here, he's putting his gun down because he's trying to get comfortable. I would never do that. Keep your gun up at all times. See, when the guy got up and you had your gun up, you would have got him. But since you have your gun down, see right here, he's getting up. If you would have had your gun up already, Brian, you would have shot him up right there at that moment. But now you're putting your gun up and it's already too late. At this point, I don't even think he knows you're there. So I would have moved up. So Brandon is back there somewhere. So it's 3 of them there.
No, he came around you, and you turned this way. I hit him. Nice. Gone. So good job going in.
Yeah, I knew there was somebody near me. I didn't know.
Yeah, there was 2 guys near you.
Yeah, that's
I was holding it down for your side. Because he came around you. When he came around.
All right, so pretty cool video. Game 1. And hopefully you guys would get a little tip from me, and I'm passing it on to you guys. Enjoy. Thank you for watching. Later.